We have accomplished a lot in the last couple of videos. We've got the index page with the Navbar that's fully operational. We've got a Jumbotron. We've got a card, a heading, an H1 title. So everything looks pretty good. But the only issue with all of this is that all of the code is sitting in the index page. Now, if I want to change to the About Us page, what I'm going to get is just a blank page with a heading, and that's it. And of course, the reason for this is that that's the way I coded it. The index page has a lot of additional code that we added in the last couple of videos, but the About Us page doesn't have any of that code. And what I can do now is I can take all of these things such as navigation, Jumbotron, card, whichever of these components I want to use on the About Us page, and I could copy paste it inside the About Us HTML. However, there's a very big problem with that. For example, let's say that I take the Navbar and I simply choose to copy it. So I'm going to copy the whole Navbar and I'm going to paste it in the About Us page because we want to have the Navbar in the About Us page as well. So now when I hit refresh, I get the Navbar here too. Okay, but obviously this Navbar comes from the official Bootstrap docs, so the Navbar is from the example that doesn't know about my structure of my own website. So I need to tweak it a little bit. So let's say I decide to take this nav and find the link, and I'll say I want to link to the index page, and that's going to be the home link right here. And I want to link to the About Us page, and I'll say About Us, and that's going to be the About Us page. And that's all good. So now when I hit refresh, I get an updated Navbar that has the home and About Us links. So if I click home, I'm back on the index page, and now when I want to click the About Us, I don't have it. And the reason that I don't have the About Us page here in this Navbar is because, of course, I haven't updated the original nav element in the index.html page. So what I could do now is I could go in and again change all the pertaining links. But this is very error prone because now I have to make sure that this code here is exactly the same as this code here, because we want to give our users the idea that the Navbar is identical, because that's the navigation for the whole website. So instead of having to change the nav component, the nav element in each single file that is using it, a better approach would be to actually take the Navbar and extract it from all the pages that are using it into a different file, and then call that file from each of these pages. And that way we are changing the code for the Navbar in one place, and then we are just referencing it from all the other pages that are using this Navbar. And that's exactly what we're going to do right here. So first, in the index.html, I'm going to delete the Navbar. And the reason I'm going to delete it is because this is the old version of the Navbar, because we've already updated it in the About Us page. So I'm going to cut the nav from the About Us page, and I'm going to add it to the _includes folder. So now I can make the folder that's going to hold my includes, such as the Navbar. So I'm going to say make dir _includes and I'll hit enter, and now we see that the includes folder has been added. So now I'll go cd includes, and I'm going to go code navbar.html, and now just paste in the navbar code here, press Ctrl S to save it and close it, and we can see it's right here. So now all that we have to do is we have to reference the navbar inside the index and the About Us page. So what I'm going to do now is I'll actually reference it by typing in the following code. I'll type squirrely brackets, then a %, as opening and closing, and I'll say include, and I'll type navbar.html, and I'll press Ctrl S to save this, and I'll copy everything here and go back to index and paste it in, save all actually to make sure that all the changes are saved. Now everything is ready, but I cannot build my Jekyll site from the includes folder, because that would be building the Jekyll site from the navbar here, from this folder here. So I have to go one level up and then tell Jekyll to build and serve. So I'm going to go cd ... and now I'll say Jekyll build, and once it's completed building, I'll say Jekyll serve, press enter, and now that it's serving the pages, I can hit refresh right here and visit the About Us page, and then again visit the home page. And of course this is now working perfectly because I'm only using one single source of truth, so to say, as far as the navbar is concerned, and this reduces the possibility of error significantly, because imagine if we had 20 pages and each of them was using its own navbar. Then we would have to actually go in and change 20 links in 20 pages, and that would be changing 400 different links in different places, and most definitely there would be an error somewhere. This way that we did it right now is a lot more efficient and elegant. We only have to change it in one single location. So this concept of keeping things separated, modular, and changing only in one place in our system is what's known as the dry concept, or the don't repeat yourself concept. And you've just seen a practical example of it. So we'll try to stick to this concept as much as possible in this video course, and I think we're on the right track with it right now.